and welcome to Stories and Snacks with Isabel. Now, today I will be reading The Day I Fell into a Fairy Tale. Now, in Townley, right next to Townley Hall, there was this book sale on, and it was just like any donation to get a book. And I was looking through, like, what book should I get? My dad found this beautiful book, and I was like, The Day I Fell into a Fairy Tale? This sounds like something I should read on my YouTube channel. So I gave a £1 donation and I got the book. So if you want to go to that book sale, I'm not sure if it's still on, because it looks a bit grim out there. But yeah, go down and get some books. The new classic adventure from actor, comedian and author Ben Miller. So he illustrated this too. Let's read The Day I Fell into a Fairy Tale. So you know, like we did for Demon Dentist and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and stuff, we'll read Prologue and Chapter 1 in the same chunk. Next episode, chunk of Chapter 2, next episode, chunk of Chapter 3. Because if you do have this book and you're reading it, I don't want to spoil it for you or anything. Anyways, let's get reading. Suddenly, there it was, a fresh mound of earth the size of a molehill, right in the middle of the common. Only it wasn't a molehill, not that anyone saw it from. It was the dead of night, and a storm was raging, so the villagers were all safely tucked up in their beds with their curtains shut and their electric blankets down. But as they slept, the little mound of earth started to grow, and as the wind howled and the rain lashed, it grew larger and larger. Higher and higher it rose, till it was the size of a haystack. Lightning crackled in the sky, and thunder roared out across the valley. The mound of earth began to shake, and its peak trembled and quivered, until suddenly a gleaming white enameled flagpole popped out of the top, up and up, climbed onto the flagpole, rising out of the ground like a beanstalk in a fairy tale. Simba, do you mind being polite and sitting down, mate? No, okay. Pop is being very nice. By the way, Pop's purple squishmallow. Just there. Not sure if you can see her. Once it had reached its full height, it paused before it began to quiver and shake. Because the flagpole was just the beginning, cracks crazed their way across the common as the turf began to warp and split, and something truly enormous began to emerge. A roof, colossal aluminum roof. Up and up it buckled, pushed by the cinder block walls emerging from the ground beneath it. Earth tumbled away, and like a giant rising from its slumber, an entire building began to rise. Girders popped into place, door frames rightened themselves, and sheets of plate glass found their grove. Once everything was in place, the entire structure fell silent. Still, the rain lashed down, washing everything clean. Then the heavy grey clouds cleared, and a full moon shone bright as penny. The wind calmed and the rain stopped. In a nearby field, a cock crowed. This morning now, across the valley, the pale dawn sky brightened to blue. Soon the first rays of sunlight were chasing across the still sleeping village. And there, at the bottom of the hill, smack dab In the middle of the common, what had started as a mound of earth no bigger than a molehill was now a brand new supermarket. A breeze fluttered, and at the top of the flagpole, a maroon and gold flag unfurled. On it was a single word: Grimm's. Still, the rain lashed down, washing everything clean. So that's the picture. The supermarket Grimm's. On to chapter 1. Lana was bored. It had finally stopped raining, but she had no one to play with. By the way, these chapters don't have names, it's just chapter 1 and stuff. Usually, her older brother Harrison made up the most brilliant games, Knights of the Round Table, for example, or Soldiers and Zombies. Ever since he'd started senior school, Harrison had changed. He had become serious, even though he was on holiday too. All he did was sit in his bedroom and work. After breakfast, when Lana had knocked to see if he wanted to play in the treehouse, he closed the door in her face without saying a word. Now, 10 minutes later, she returned to check if he'd changed his mind, but found a large sign on his door that read, "Very important homework in progress. Do not disturb." I'm sure that's really aimed at our parents, thought Lana. I bet he's secretly hoping I ask him to play again. This time she decided not to knock and found Harrison sitting at his desk, concentrating hard on the books and papers in front of him. "Didn't you see the sign?" he said without looking up. "What do you want?" "I was just wondering if you wanted to play a game." Harrison still didn't look up. "We can play whatever you want. Boxers, pirates, police, I don't mind." Harrison sighed and put down his pen. He took off his glasses and pinched the bridge off his nose. It was something Lana had seen their father do. Clearly, Harrison thought it made him look grown up and important. There's the picture of him working, of Harriet working. What's his name again? Is it Harriet? Harrison. "Lana," he said, "I don't have time to play games anymore." "Do you know what an oxbow lake is?" Lana didn't. "It's a special kind of lake that's formed when a river becomes too twisty. Anyway, I'm busy reading all about them." "Maybe after that?" she offered. Harrison frowned. "Well, after oxbow lakes, I need to learn about Archimedes. Archimedes. I don't know what that's. Archimedes. Let's just go with that." Lana looked blank. One sec. Mommy's just telling me what it says. Archimedes? Okay, it's Archimedes. Thanks for that. Archimedes. Lana looked blankly at her brother. "It's from ancient Greece," said Harrison. "He's basically the first scientist." "Sounds fun," said Lana. Lana said, which it most definitely did not. She tried her best not to look disappointed. It didn't work. Harrison's face softened. Part of him did miss the adventures. For a start, Lana always threw herself into whatever game they played. There were few police officers so committed to maintaining law and order, and few zombies as determined to destroy human civilization as his little sister did. "Sorry," he said. "We'll do something soon, I promise." But Lana knew that wasn't true. It was time for drastic measures. Whenever she really needed cheering up, there was one place Lana loved to go, the dressing table where her mother kept her perfumes. Lana wasn't really allowed to play with them. There was something so magical about all those bottles with their strange names and fancy shapes that she found them hard to resist. So she snuck into her parents' bedroom and surveyed the entire collection, examining each one till her eyes landed on the tall vial made from crimson cut glass, with the word enchantment printed across the middle in swirling gold letters. She carefully removed the lid and took a deep sniff. Suddenly her mother's voice rang out very close by. "Oh, thank goodness, the rain stopped." Lana panicked, fumbling with the lid and accidentally squirting the perfume into her left eye. "Ow!" she cried, burying her face in the crook of her elbow. Her mother put her head around the door. She frowned and sniffed the air. "What's that smell? Is it perfume?" "I can't smell anything," said Lana. She quickly hid the bottle behind her back. Her eye was smarting and a tear rolled down her left cheek. "Are you okay?" asked her mother in concern. Then it dawned on Lana. Her mother thought she was upset. "Harrison won't play with me," she said quickly, making a sad face. Her mother nodded thoughtfully. "I know," she said. "He's worried about his exams." "But why?" asked Lana. "He's only in his first year of senior school. Exams are ages away." "Just wants to be prepared," said her mother, with a note of worry in her voice. "You know what he's like." "I miss him." "Oh, Lana, I'm sorry." Her mother opened her arms and gave Lana a big cuddle. Lana felt her tears becoming real. Her brother's growing up. That's what happens. Now she had started crying. Lana found she couldn't stop. "Let's go out and cheer you up," said her mother deceitfully, determined to change her daughter's mood. "Why don't you come to Grimm's with me?" "Where?" "Oh, it's very exciting," said her mother earnestly. "Overnight, a supermarket seems to have sprung up from nowhere on the common. I saw it on my walk this morning." Lana sighed with disappointment. "The school holidays," she said, "were meant to do fun things, and supermarkets aren't fun." "Come on," replied her mother. "I'll buy you a treat." Lana's ears pricked up. "What sort of treat?" "A book." "A book?" She might not have been able to have fun adventures with Harrison, but if she could find a new book, she could at least read about far-off lands or daring escapes. "Yes, if that's what you want. I'm going downstairs to tell your father that we're going out. Hopefully by the time you join me, all my perfumes will be back where they belong." Lana tried to look innocent. "Including that one you're hiding behind your back," said Lana's mother with a breezy smile. This is chapter 2. Oh, I need a bookmark. I'll just use this one that I put in for Demon Dentist. What's happened to this book? There we go. So, if you want to hear more of that story, come to Stories and Snacks with Isabel. Bye!